Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gamer Social Club Party Chat. I am your host.
I just had a brain aneurysm.
I forgot the name of our show. I am your host, Nathan, the one hot dragon, or, aka one hot Wukong. And I am joined by none other than the Elden Lord. His name is Geoff. Geoff,
My name's Geoff.
It's
Good.
Jeff.
Good.
Jeff.
Happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. And I am also joined by the best F-bomb dropping guy I know, the whore for horror, Fraser.
Whore for horror.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. How are we? I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Feeling a little bit better, I see. But
I hope. Yeah. Yeah.
You got that,
yeah.
I'm just getting over being sick, sexiness to your voice.
That's
Nothing
right.
it sounds
We
like
had-
before, but
We had a meeting, editors meeting the other day, and I feel like I need to contact HR because there was some very there was some things said to me. No. Hey, do you reckon you can say this word for me really quickly?
It's so true. Oh,
I
man.
absolutely can. I absolutely can. No, I'm doing good. I'm doing much better than I was last week.
Good. Well, because you have stumbled upon the Gamer Social Club Party Chat, and today we are going to be talking about our Fantasy Critic League, how it's doing so far, how those games are going so far, and what we are feeling the vibe is going to be going forward into 2025. Like, as we proceed through, we're already in it. Anyways, we will also be talking about our personal game of the years so far. So, the Gamer Social Club is a place where gamers from all around the world come and share their love for video games together in a positive environment. Our goal is to give gamers a platform to share their experiences, to add to the conversation in the games industry, to give more gamers a sense of community, and to bring a little more happiness into your life. Gamer Social Club started as a book club for gamers, and it is still going strong. Join us in our Discord channel below as we cover the games of the month, which is currently Firebreak, but the vibe check is not Firebreak. The vibe check is Anthem.
Right? Right? We might have to have a mutiny on Firebreak and make that next. No, we can continue doing both. I've done a bit of Firebreak with Geoff. I played some with Steve. It's just because we are all around the world, it's so difficult to get everyone together, and I suffer from major FOMO. So, like, when I see people playing it and I'm at work, or I'm like, oh, I want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to be playing with my friends. But yeah, we're definitely going to get some more games going this month. Hopefully, we'll set some up over the weekend. Yeah. But
Perfect.
it's such a good game. It's what I'm loving about it is the fact that the team at Remedy have they're constantly making changes, constantly making updates. They haven't given up. They want this to succeed, and I want this to succeed because it does have the bones of something that could be really, really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will continue our playthrough. I've almost platinumed it. I've got a couple
Hell
more
yeah.
things to go.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm having loads of fun with it. So I got my backpack on. If anyone needs a carry, come on
I'm
over.
hopping in. I'm hopping in.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Perfect. So, yeah, we're going to be getting into that. And then before we move into our main topic, just wanted to let you guys know that you can check out the new Gamer Social Club Girl Pod with Candy and Lady V. Those episodes are airing every Monday. And then also be sure to check out the news team who are there. They record on Thursday nights and the podcast goes up on Fridays. So this episode should be airing on Friday night. So we apologize for not being live. but you can also find us on Spotify. You can find all of our podcasts on all podcast services. Or, about 80% of them, 90% of them. There was a couple of them I never heard of, and I'm like, is anybody really using these? I don't know. So, let's catch up a little bit before we get into our main topic. So, Jeffrey, what have you been up to?
Not much. We just had a new stadium open up that's like right across from our condo building, the Rogers Stadium, right gets out of Toronto, and it's like a concert venue. So they opened up 2 weeks ago. So Tanya and I noticed that if we sit in our balcony, we can pretty much hear whatever's playing there. So Coldplay was there last night. They're also there tonight.
Shoot. Okay.
And I think 2 more dates this week. So yeah, we can gross. Yeah, I'm not a big Coldplay fan either. But the Deftones and System of a Down though is later this year. Definitely gonna be. Yeah, I actually want to go to that show, but tickets are insanely priced. But if we sit on our balcony, we can hear it pretty well. So we were sitting on our balcony yesterday, just enjoying the weather and listening to some average Coldplay in the background.
That's so cool. That is so cool. Did you? Cool. Sorry to interrupt you, but being a huge Deftones fan, did you see that there's a new album that's been released? It's like a tribute to the Deftones. So it's like a covers album of people covering Deftones songs.
I'd have to look this up. What is this called?
It's really good. Oh my god, what is it called? It's like the name of a Deftones song.
Okay, gotcha.
I can't remember what it's called for the life of me.
Yeah, I'll Google it. Google's a thing apparently.
Yeah, right. I listened to a few of them and they are brilliant because I'm a huge Deftones fan. I've seen them many times, and I've
only seen them live once. Unfortunately,
I own all their albums on vinyl and stuff. I'm super Deftones nerd.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on, Geoff.
No,
Sorry
that's
to
basically
interrupt.
it. And then no worries. So that's gonna be fun until it isn't. Until there's a bunch of acts that are playing that we don't want to hear.
All right.
Because we still can't hear it, even we're not in our balcony, because our bedroom and our balcony face the stadium. So, and it's like an open air stadium, so it's not like a closed one. So we can still hear kind of. There was some like Korean, some K-pop band there a couple weeks ago that they opened up the building. They started it. It was fine, but the bass kind of gets you after a while. Yeah, it's like, well, as long as we don't want to really watch anything quietly, it's okay. But, no, it's causing issues around the area with like traffic and stuff, and they've been having to adjust things like. There's definitely more cops and stuff to cut off like certain roads and things like that, but it's kind of like a work in progress. They'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, it's kind of cool for now. It's a bit of a novelty.
Does this make rent go down a little bit for you?
Oh God, well no, we own the condos, so it's not. Yeah,
it'd be the opposite. You're skyrocketing.
It'd probably be the opposite. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now you can go and see Avril Lavigne. You can go and see Nickelback. You can go and see Celine Dion. You can go, all the Canadian greats will be there.
That's right.
Mate, I've got my tickets. I'm coming over.
Come on over. Stay on our couch.
Yeah,
that's right. That is right. Cuddle up next to Lulu. Mate,
exactly. Yeah, she's behind me playing with something at the moment. Maybe I'm still waiting for the day she makes an appearance because she hasn't quite got the nerve up to jump up over here while I'm up here. So one day she will. It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
Need your podcasting buddy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My podcasting buddy comes over and rips my headset jack out of my computer, so
sounds about right.
Every time he gets here, I'm like, get out of here.
You and Fraser lived in different areas. I thought he was in Australia.
Oh man,
very good.
Aside from sickness, how's your life been going, Fraser?
Mate, my life's been just peachy. I've had the whole week off work last week, crook. Pretty rubbish, but I'm feeling much better now. I played some games, but not really. Like, it was one of those sicknesses where I just couldn't be bothered. I lay on the couch and I watched a whole bunch of TV, like so much TV. We every 5 years, I don't know why we do it, but every 5 years we do a rewatch of Lucifer. It's just like watching hot people solve murders. I'm down. I don't. There's no substance to it. It's cheesy. It's corny, but there's just something like lighthearted and lovely about it. So we watched that. Watched 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later. Watched a whole bunch of weird movies.
Have you watched the 28 Years Later yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Have you?
I haven't seen it. I heard good things though.
Yeah,
I've
heard good things too.
I literally just watched 28 Days Later for the first time, and
oh wow,
it's so.
loved it. I gotta say,
So
zombie movies aren't scary to me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. They're not scary to me, but that movie is actually horrifying.
Yeah. Well, the second one's more actiony, but they build on the story a lot, which is really cool because they're not zombies. They're like just really angry people. So
so it's America.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right. So the virus is it's like a rage virus, so it just makes people super angry. They put on their little red hats and they fucking
You're killing
but
me. That is fantastic.
the Mon was saying she did a little bit of while we were watching it. Apparently the first one had an extremely small budget, like extremely small.
That would make sense.
The budget was so small that in fact, because it's set in London, right? And so there's all these shots of the city, and the city's empty. But what they had to do was just go really, really early in the morning and just hope like hell that no one was around.
Really?
And so,
Oh my
and so
God.
there's shots of things of like cars and like people's houses and curtains and shit. It's good. It's great. Brilliant film. Brilliant film. The second one had a much bigger budget. It's got some huge actors in it too. Like Idris Elba's in it.
Really?
Jeremy
Renner is in it. Some other girl who's really familiar, but I couldn't tell you what her name is. Another girl who's very familiar that I couldn't tell you what her name is.
It's one of those movies where if you go back and watch it, you're like, holy shit, and realize these people were in it. Because at the time, they weren't famous. Like, I didn't know Jeremy Renner at the time. I think that was even before Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely before Hawkeye, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Idris Elba, I don't remember him being in it. So that shows you, like, was that before he was in The Office? I don't even, might have been.
Yeah, it must have been. It must have been.
I was.
Oh, they are.
Because didn't that movie come out like 2005-ish time period?
It was one of the first Blu-rays I ever got. So yeah, it would probably be around that time.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when
And
Blu-rays were
had
like $80, $100?
They're so expensive.
Woo.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
So
crazy.
expensive.
Remember when video
I
games
just
were 50?
I don't want to talk about
And
this
then-
anymore.
or they'd become platinum and you could buy them for 30.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
they're like, oh yeah, we've made our money on this. You guys can have it for cheap now. And you're
Yeah.
like, fucking thank goodness.
Sweet. You guys are
Yeah.
so nice to us.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really been me. Playing a bit of Firebreak, playing a bit of I platinumed Expedition 33. Finally. Loved it.
Good shit.
We'll talk
Good job.
we'll talk about that later.
Oh, yeah.
I made Simon my bitch.
Oh yeah, I saw that in the chat. Proud of you.
He's got nothing on the,
Shit.
I was scared. I was scared of doing it because there was a couple of bosses that gave me a bit of grief, and I was like, fuck, if this is somehow I just couldn't get the parrying down. My parrying skills are terrible.
It's okay. You just hit him harder.
yeah.
It's fine.
That's right, exactly. What's that thing from Happy Gilmore? Like, just get it in one. My putting's shit. I'm just gonna get it in one.
Yep.
So
There you go.
if my parrying's rubbish, I'll just kill them before they get a chance to have a turn.
Valid
That's
strategy.
honestly, you can't beat that strategy.
No, no. So yeah, I killed Simon in one hit. And I was pretty chuffed with that.
That is awesome.
But yeah, that's been me. Just Expedition, Firebreak, bit of Anthem.
I've got a buddy
Loving it.
who's got the same tactic with Pokemon cards, and it really sucks playing Pokemon cards with him because you don't get a chance to play.
Because it's just like
You just-
burp, burp,
bam.
burp, and you're dead.
I suck at tactics, so you're just gonna die in one hit. It's kind of his goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend back in the day. We all used to play GoldenEye together, and he was banned from using certain weapons. we were just like, nah, can't use that. Nah, can't use that. He wasn't allowed to be odd job, and there was something else that he wasn't allowed to do.
Well, no one was allowed to be odd job. That was a rule we had across all GoldenEye
Yeah.
back in the day.
Like, no, you can't be odd because, like, how difficult was it to aim down? It was so
yeah, it was
annoying.
such an
It
advantage.
was so
Yeah.
annoying.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I accidentally chose odd job.
Whoopsie. Oopsie poopsie.
Yeah.
I
as-
accidentally ripped your controller out of the console. My bad.
no. Oh man. The as far as what I've been up to, my stuff in my life has kind of just been we're watching over a couple of cousins, so we've got a house full of kids right now. So it's been a little hectic. Right before hopping on here, I took them to the Pokemon card store, and that was definitely a really cool experience because I never been to this specific one, and the dude was like, "Oh, hey, like here's a whole bunch of free stuff for the kids," and I was like, so it really made
Oh,
their
that's
day.
nice.
Yeah, it really made their day, made my day. But as far as games that I've been playing, I've been hopping in and out of some stuff. I've been getting prepped for the next episode of Assassin's Creed. So I've kind of been hopping in and out of Assassin's Creed 4. I got Rogue downloaded on my PlayStation. I haven't hopped into it yet.
Yeah.
And then I also downloaded 3 just to like check the graphics out. I don't think I'm really going to get too far into it though, just because
Yeah.
that game's so slow. It's not until like chapter 7 or 8 that you actually even put the suit on and start going on assassination missions. So, but I did hop into the original 3, and because my save data was like not on my console, I was like, I'll just hop into some multiplayer because there's some multiplayer achievements, and it's
Yeah.
offline. There's no servers or anything. But man, I was just thrown for a loop. With as much as I love that franchise, I had completely forgotten that like you used to have to use the right trigger to run. Then you need to hold down B if you want to shove people out of your way. Then you got to hold down A if you want to be climbing stuff. But if you're holding down A, you could fall over when you bump into some. I was like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
I've got to like retrain my brain on how to play Assassin's Creed games. So
We've
I've
come
been
so far.
Yes,
Yeah.
seriously. So I've been messing around with that, and that's been a lot of fun. But no, I've been getting into Expedition as well. Finally, for the first time, I will get into
Yep.
talking about that with you guys later on. But yeah, aside from that, I only have one fun story to kind of share. So the situation with the save data, the Xbox 360 save data, right? It was on a flash drive that got torn up. I actually have it sitting right here. Got chewed up by my dog. For audio
No.
listeners, you're seeing like partial amounts of a USB drive. So this has every tiny bit of Xbox 360 save data from like my entire life. Halo Reach custom made maps that I made with my friends, everything. When I saw it
Bastard.
chewed up, oh man, I'm not gonna lie, I got teary-eyed. I'm like, I cannot believe I fucking lost all this.
Yeah.
But I was able to take off the plastic, and if I held it in just right, it registered and it turned on. So, come to find out, you can't access it from your Series X, and I don't have a 360. So, I use my bartering skills to go pick up a used Xbox 360 from GameStop, and I bring that home. Then I was just going to return it. Shh, don't tell them. It was okay because the thing was broken, so it kind of worked out for me. But I got it online. I uploaded all the save files onto the cloud, and I was able to salvage some of it. And then I took the Xbox back. Then I popped in Assassin's Creed 3 onto my Series X. I forgot to
It's not backwards
transfer
compatible, is it?
Assassin's Creed
Oh.
3. I got
Oh.
all of my
Wow.
data, but that one game, and I was like, crap. But I will say,
Dude.
I did get Raccoon City, and I do have a maxed out character, and I have most of the guns. I mained the assault class, but yeah. Anyways, that's
Okay.
what I've
Okay.
been up to. I thought you'd enjoy my 360 story.
Yeah, we'll have to get back onto that Raccoon City. I loved that day. Wow.
That was so much fun.
Wow.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk Fantasy Critic, folks. We've got we're gonna talk about Addy's list first. Addy is currently projected last place, I believe. But
Nah.
honestly, a lot of that has to do with the fact that, you know, most of
nothing's
his games
come
aren't
out
even
yet.
out yet. It's not even out
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, exactly. But honestly, I think he's got a solid lineup. He does. If Addy comes out of nowhere swinging and takes this thing home and brings home this win,
Yeah.
He's
well,
not
then-
gonna win this.
There's
There's
he does
no,
got a
Addy's
vote or
got
two.
no shot in hell at winning this, guys. Don't
I mean-
sugarcoat. We don't have to be nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
His
fair enough.
75 there with Adam Fall alone is gonna make it so he can't win.
true. Well,
Yeah.
I will say, I plan on reviewing Ninja Gaiden 4, and I will give it a pretty harsh score. That
And
might be looking good for him. But no. So, what on this list do you think could be Addy's saving grace that will just pull through, get him shit tons of points?
Keeper,
So
maybe?
I was gonna say Keeper as well. Keeper looks really cute. I will be playing that game 100%. Little Nightmares could be. I couldn't tell you what the previous Little Nightmares even scored.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have a clue to know. Borderlands is going to be fun, but I don't think it's going to review well.
Yeah,
I think
that's
Metroid
Wu-Tang?
4. I think Metroid Prime's a safe bet. I think that'll get him in the high 80s for sure.
Mhm.
yeah.
But
Let's see.
no, but maybe you know what? I take it back. I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he's gonna do pretty well. Because I think Wu Chang is the kind of who
Now,
knows, right?
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
I've been looking up Little Nightmares scores. Little Nightmares 2 scored 83, and
Mhm.
Yep.
Little Nightmares 1 scored 79. So you're looking at a decent chunk of points. But who develops Wu Chang Fallen Feathers? That's developed by
Don't
yeah.
know.
I don't. Oh, 505 games. 505 games. So I mean, honestly, I would think it would turn out to be fairly solid if it's 505 games, right?
You would hope so.
Or well, I guess
But then-
that's publisher. I
Well-
apologize, I misspoke. Publisher is 505 games. The developer is Lenz, and okay, yeah, I've never heard of any of these developers. I don't even know what they've worked on. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I hope it turns out great because that game does look really sick. But how
I just realized something that Addy has on here. That when did he counterpick Mario 3D unannounced Mario 3D platformer?
He must have just done that.
Because
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure we can't do that. So we're gonna have to have
What do you
words,
mean?
Addy.
yeah,
Why? Because
Because
that's
he should-
yours.
Should have made his counterpick at the night of the draft. That's when we did the counterpicks.
how did
And why
Ah.
it was not counterpicked like even like last week.
well, let's see. Yeah,
Because
because
I had Fable and Grand Theft Auto were counterpicked.
so when
by me.
I was looking at this, that makes sense that you pointed that out because when I was looking at this and going over all the updated information, I saw that Mario was locked, and I was like,
Yeah, and the only
"That's
reason I
weird."
kept it in there is because I can still drop Mario because I'm like waiting to see if it absolutely does not get announced.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Oh.
You're gonna have to do something there, Commissioner.
yeah.
That is a flag on the play.
Yep.
Dude, what's
Yeah.
crazy is I didn't even think you could counterpick. Like, I didn't even think that was an option.
I didn't think so
counterpick more
either.
than one. Yeah, so we'll go in and figure that out because yeah, even when I went on there, I saw Ninja Gaiden 4 was still the counter. Or was he able to go in and change his counter pick from
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4.
Because was it Ninja Gaiden 4 before?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
So
it is.
why.
Yeah, it is.
it needs to stay as that then.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we'll figure that out. So yeah, we'll have it set back. So what you see on the screen here is the correct information. It's Ninja
Is the
Gaiden
correct
4.
one? Yeah.
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 His counter pick is Ninja Gaiden 4. So yeah, we'll figure out that Mario situation then. And then, yeah, the only other thing that I want to point out on Addy's list that I'd like to talk about a little bit, because there was just recently layoffs over there at the developer of Dying Light the Beast. How do you feel that they're trying to say that that doesn't impact the game, but what are your guys' vibe checks on this game, on Dying Light?
What do you mean it doesn't? It's coming out soon, isn't it?
It's coming
Yeah, it's
out in
this
like
year.
a month or two. Yep.
So
Yeah.
I feel like all they're doing is putting finishing touches on it.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
I highly doubt that they are still in full development mode.
Do
Yeah,
you,
Like,
anyone
I
who
don't
would
know.
have been impacted by the layoffs aren't the ones who are primarily working on that game now anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
do you think that with the success of this game, do you think that kind of determines the future of Dying Light? Like, based on if this game sells well or if it doesn't sell well?
This day and
Who
age, man,
knows,
you can
mate?
never predict it.
Who knows?
The game
Yeah,
could sell 8 million and they can still shut down the studio. Who knows?
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's a good point too. Even if it doesn't
Like,
do good, it
just
does no promises.
I guess it all depends on on the developers and stuff, right? Because like if we're talking about Anthem today in the last week, that game's been out for 7 years, and there's
Yeah.
probably like a handful of people playing it,
Mm,
and it's still going.
Yep.
Not only just to, and it's not as if they're like, oh, we're turning it off tomorrow. They're still giving us 6 months,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
and then other games have been like shut down like instantly.
Yep.
So I honestly no idea.
Yeah.
Could not tell you how any of this is going to pan out.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's impossible to predict these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, once you think about it for longer than 10 seconds, it's like, well, shit, Turn 10 had 50% of its staff laid off. Like, if we're
Yeah, and
talking about Turn
they're
10,
dissolving them into the Forza into Playground basically.
yeah, I don't know. Once you start seeing those kinds of reports, it's like, oh, anything and everything's on the table. It doesn't matter who you are
Mm,
or what you've done.
no.
Um,
And
I
so if we're looking at sorry, just one last thing, Dying Light 2, it only did 76 on the
okay,
critics thing.
Yeah.
So I will say I love Dying Light 1. I played the shit out of that. I don't think I finished all the DLCs, but I definitely finished the main game. I put in Dying Light 2 and I didn't like it.
yeah.
I don't know
I didn't
what
like
it
it as much as the
was.
first one. Aren't they
I think
updating the first one again? Like, aren't they doing a new texture run on that? Like,
that'd be
soon?
amazing.
Possibly.
That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
I think you're right. I think they did do a thing where they added in, hey, we're giving this out for free, and we're also pushing
Yeah.
an update. So I think you're right. Yeah, I do remember seeing something about that. I feel like when I was watching the most recent trailer for this, the fact that they have guns in it kind of probably I personally feel like that could be the thing to kick it up a notch. The fact that, hey, we are not going to make you wait for weaponry. This isn't
Yeah.
it's here now. So I could see that being the thing that takes it to the next level. But aside from that, let's just go ahead and move on to the next one. We've got Jeffrey's list here.
Oh,
Canada.
Oh
Canada
god.
Publishing. So we got
Yeah.
some good games to talk about
I
here.
swang for the fences, but I fucking whiffed on all of the big ones.
Yeah. That's
So-
okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
Share your feelings.
I'm fine
on
with it.
You just take the wheel here. How you
So-
feeling?
My thinking was obviously that if 2 out of the 3 that I took the big swing at hit, it pretty much guarantees me with 2 games over 90, which is you want 90 and above for those big points. So I picked Grand Theft Auto late in the draft because no one was picking it. So I think it was my last pick. I picked Grand Theft Auto, Fable, which got delayed. Grand Theft Auto got delayed, and then the unannounced Mario game, which I thought for sure was coming out this year. I'm like, it's been 8 years or whatever. The Switch 2, it's coming. That doesn't look like it's coming this year. So that really screwed me from the beginning. So
How
that pretty much put me in the hole, and I'm trying to dig my way back out of that thing. So I kind of picked two safe ones that I think will definitely get in the 80s. One possibly a 90, and that's Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I think the pedigree of that game, I think that's going to get about somewhere between 83 to 85. And I think Shinobi Art of Vengeance might be able to hit that 90 just because of the developer, what they did with Streets of Rage 4. If they can do that with Shinobi, and now that people know their background and how well that game turned out, I think that might push a 90. So we'll see.
I got
And the other
faith,
one-
Geoff.
Thanks,
oh
man.
yeah, absolutely.
And Crimson Desert was another kind of bid I picked up early because I was like, that's one that could be either, again, delayed, but they've said it multiple times now it is coming out this year. My worry for that one is it might be janky because it's this developers, that's like their first single player game. Looks amazing. They might be trying to do too much stuff with it. I think it might low end. I think I'm low 70s, which would really screw me. But realistically, I'm thinking probably around 85, 86 for this as well. Actually, no, probably more like 83.
Yeah.
I
could see
I have
that.
no shot at winning, but I just didn't want to come in last. That was my thing. Okay, as long as I don't come in last with those, like, because two of those games are counterpicked right off the bat, Grand Theft Auto and Fable. So I couldn't drop those even if I wanted to. So once those got delayed, that really screwed me. So
Right.
that's why, Addy, we got to fix that because that Mario, I ain't getting screwed at a 3 of mine.
Right. Oh man.
Can't kick a guy when he's already down.
So
Right. That's right.
a couple things I want to talk to you about here on your list was definitely so Shinobi 2. I meant to ask you in the chat, which edition are you getting? Have you seen like the
I
special
did,
edition
the
or the
limited run.
collector's edition? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the classic one, the one that comes in like the oversized Genesis case and like the steel book and stuff like that. I didn't go for the crazy $250 one. That's too much.
Yeah. And plus the statue,
But
like
yeah,
what, 6 inches? It's not even.
I don't
like,
know. It's not. Yeah. 6 inches is
I mean,
huge, man. Come
It
on.
is huge. You know what?
That's
Yeah,
like,
you're
come
right.
on. You know what? That's pretty big.
That's a centerpiece. But yeah, no, dude. The when we were filming, you wrote in when we were talking about like planning out our future games that we want to play throughout this year, and you wrote in Shinobi 2, and me and Fraser both like, wait, what the hell is Shinobi 2? We just totally forgot, and we both got like super hyped watching the trailer for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is definitely going to be a game we get. I'm really excited to play this one. The other thing I was going to mention is the Mario unannounced game. It's kind of crazy how they were like, "Oh, we're not going to talk about who developed Donkey Kong Bonanza because it doesn't matter who developed it, yada yada yada." And then like last minute, be like, "Ah, yeah, it's the people who made Mario
Well,
Odyssey." And it's just like, wait,
I think the new Mario game is done. I think it's already like pretty much done. I think the Mario that team worked on that first actually, and then they were like, well, let's do Donkey Kong as well. They finished that up, and then like they're gonna pull out Mario. Like I still have a little sliver that they might have it for the fall because Metroid Prime 4 is not gonna be like it's gonna do well. People like Metroid, but Metroid games don't sell that well. They're probably one of Nintendo's like lowest selling franchises. Like they don't really sell consoles. So I think they're sitting on their next Mario game, and they're just waiting for when they want to release it. Because I don't think that Donkey Kong game took 8 years to make. At least I hope not.
Right? Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you kind of
Nintendo doesn't spend 8 years making a decade making a game.
Well, I kind of wonder if they just want to keep the way Nintendo operates. I kind of wonder if they just want to keep their focus on Donkey Kong right now. And then after it's been out for a couple months, maybe I could see them still like announcing a new Mario game in September.
That's
That's
what
November.
I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking they're doing. Like I think they're just gonna focus on Donkey Kong, and then they can get. I think they've been either finished or very close to finishing the Mario game as well.
Absolutely.
They're just waiting.
Absolutely.
And Doom: The Dark Ages did right about what I thought it was gonna do, somewhere between like 85 and 90. I think it should have been a 90 personally, but
right.
I agree.
yeah,
The
game was awesome.
how are you happy with the score that Avowed got? Because me and Fraser, we didn't finish it.
Yeah,
I know you did. Are you happy? Do you feel like that 80 is
I think
accurate?
it's I think it's accurate. Yeah, I would say it's probably 80 to low 70s. Probably is where I would probably put it. Um, it's above average game for sure. But you really have to like that kind of style of what they were doing to kind of stick to it or whatever. It does kind of get a little bit repetitive after a while, but I like the characters. I like the combat was awesome. The combat is what saved it for me. The combat was so fun.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty much the one
I'd
thing
put it
everybody can
around there.
agree.
I was kind of hoping because of Obsidian. I thought I didn't know about it this at the time. I didn't know it was starting as like a multiplayer game. It was kind of like that Dragon Age thing. It started off as like a multiplayer game that they decided to make into a single player game, and I didn't realize it was the like Obsidian B team doing it. Um, that probably would
Yeah.
have had me not draft it. Probably I might have picked it up on bids and not drafted for it, but um, that was a little bit disappointing. But
Right.
I think the score is deserving of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot to be learned from Avowed. Like I think other developers should be looking at it. And I specifically what I'm speaking about is like the uh talking like dialogue options and the lore options and being able to go into the menu and see exactly what was going on in the story in the main story when you dropped off because anybody who's played Skyrim or any of these other games knows like you get lost, you forget where you were at, you forget what's going on and this who's that, what's their role. I feel like they did such a great job of directing you through all of that information. um
Mm.
I wish more people would do that. Let's see.
True.
Uh, so next we have Harry, the Novice Crayfish or Novice Productions. My bad. Uh, he, man, he got these games that we were like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Freaking Blueprints and Expedition 33. This dude has a
Yeah.
magical globe in his bedroom and he's like looking to see what's going to be the secret game of the years. Because I
We
mean,
made fun of him for blueprints at the time, and we're like,
right?
"What
Yeah.
are you doing? You could easily bid on this game for like $5 and probably get it." Which he probably actually he couldn't have because Lady V I think was going to take it, but
Yeah.
89, fuck.
Whew,
Mm.
crazy. He really came out swinging. So he's making
Mm.
Steve proud because I'm pretty sure Steve voted on Harry. So there,
Yeah.
yeah, we got 24 points, or I think that's a yeah, no, that's right. That
No?
is right. 24
Yep.
points at 92%. Then he got 19 points from Blueprints. Savage Planet got 80%, which surprised. That was another one that surprised me. I didn't expect that to do very well. And then
Yeah.
Ruffy in the Riverside got him 7 points as well as South of Midnight. Do you think Hell Is Us comes in swinging hard?
No. And I have a specific reason why I don't think it will.
Go for it.
I think the way that game is designed and who it's for, it's gonna have like a Death Stranding effect where it's like the people that get it really get it, and the people that don't do not, because it's
Yep.
not handholdy. You got to figure out everything yourself. It's very like it's not intuitive apparently, but people who like that like it, and I think with reviewers that's gonna go one way or the other. So
Mhm.
I don't think it's gonna average that well,
No.
that high of a score.
Yeah. I played the demo of it, and the combat is extremely basic. I mean, sure, it
Mhm.
is a demo. The combat was very basic. I loved the idea of no guidance, but when I was actually playing it, it was quite annoying.
Mhm.
Because like I'm someone who likes to get the most out of my things, right? So like I'll pull up a map and I'll be like, oh, there's a little crevice in here. I wonder what's in there. And I'll
Yeah.
wander off that way. I missed so much in
Yeah.
that demo. Like I've got, but the thing is, I've got no idea what I missed. So
Yeah, because you have
Yeah.
it's nothing's telling you there being
Yeah.
anything even close
Yeah.
to there. Yeah.
there's no mission parameters. There's no
Mhm.
like guide. There's no waypoints. There's no maps. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I thought it was one really cool thing was like when you come across lore and you talk to people, they might not know what you're talking about, or they might. So if you've discovered previous information, then you
Mhm.
can be like, hey, what about this? And they're like, oh yeah, I know about that. But because you don't know the information, you don't know the question to ask them to get the information.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay.
like again, like I only had one real conversation with a little farmer, and it was cool. But like you said, like Death Stranding, I think it's gonna be just people are gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And the second one might, because we're seeing that with Death Stranding too. Like, people know what Death Stranding is now. It had a long tail. People took forever to get, like, and they're like, oh, I kind of get it. And that might happen with the second one, if there is a second one.
Yeah,
Who knows in this day and age if there will be a second of
yeah,
anything.
So
yeah.
what are your guys' feelings on this? I don't mean to sidetrack us too much, and once we visit this
Nope,
topic, we
keep
can move
going.
right on to the next person. But I mean, yeah, when it comes to narrative games like that are like you can be completely locked out of ever finding out about this one thing, or that is pivotal to the story, completely changes your experience. Are you here for that kind of stuff, or is that something that is a pet peeve of yours? Like, gosh, I just missed out on the best part of the game, and all because I didn't check out this small cavern or whatever. How do you guys feel about
Uh, I guess I'll go first. It
Yeah.
depends. If a game that does that really well is a game that you don't realize that you're missing that other stuff. Um, the choice, like, it doesn't, you don't see those seams that, like, oh, I can tell there's like a branching path here, or like Baldur's Gate does it really well, and actually Avowed did it pretty well too. There's a mission you can do early that if you come across these things, you can stop this entire big event from happening. I didn't know that was even a thing till I was way after that. But the problem is I have kind of like FOMO, like phrase. So like when I found out there was that, then I felt bummed. I was like, oh, I felt like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So in a way, I think it's cool when they don't, like, when it's something like Mass Effect or even like Dragon Age, you know, there's like good, bad, whatever. There's hardly any gray area. A game that does it well has a good gray area where you don't know that you're going to be locked out of something. Like The
Mm,
Witcher kind of does that too. So I like it. I just don't like finding out about all the other options, and I feel like I missed out on it, or I didn't do the good option, or the one I was supposed to do. So it's a game like this, like hell, this is not sounding like my game at all.
that?
Like
Yeah.
I don't think is it Game Pass? I can't remember if it's Game Pass or not.
No, no, I don't think it's going to be
no.
Game
And I
Pass.
probably won't even bother with it because I think this is too much. Like, you can miss a lot of shit or not play it like right. I guess I don't know. So I guess
Mm,
I usually don't like that kind of thing. I guess I'll say, to make it quick.
yeah,
Not a
no,
huge fan.
I'm the same as Jeff. I unless I like extremely love a game, I'm probably not going to play through it again either. So if I miss something pivotal, it's kind of done, and I get I get a little bit not annoyed. Annoyed's the wrong word, but like I'm like, oh fuck, like finding out that
Yeah.
there's something in Expedition 33 that I missed,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, fuck,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna I'm not really gonna go through all of this again. Luckily, it happened quite early on, so I fully restarted the game and I enjoyed it. But like if I miss something and it's a big part of the game, like I'm missing content.
Yep.
I'm missing stuff that's
Yeah.
part of this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Dude.
If it's something, yeah. Sorry,
Oh
Jeff.
no, sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry for no. Finish your thought.
I was gonna say if it's something small, then like if it's like an item, I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like whatever, I
Yeah.
can deal
Mhm.
without that item. But if it's like a pivotal point in the game that I miss, yeah, not chuffed about that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
even get it in action games. Like,
mhm.
um, and I won't watch videos of certain things. Like, even like Death Stranding 2. Like, you're open to do whatever you want to do, like take out camps or whatever. And I'll take out a camp in the most basic way. I'll like snipe people from afar, then go in, clean them all up, whatever. And then like if I see like a video of somebody being like, they did this cool thing with like a zip line and they jumped off and did all the cool shit, then I'm gonna think, oh, Why didn't I think of any of that? And then I get all overwhelmed, and it's like I'm like, no, I don't want no. This isn't fun. So I try to avoid video, even still like Batman, like the Arkham games, like Arkham City, especially stuff like that. Like some of the way people would take out all the like the enemies in a certain area. I'm like, nope, I can't watch videos because it just makes me feel really, really inadequate.
Yeah. I am bad at this video game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I
You know, I was so lost as soon as you said Arkham City, but then as soon as you brought that up, I know exactly what you're talking about. These people messing around with the different gadgets and doing all these
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, bro, X and Y is all you need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, side note, go check out Demo Disc because there's this game called it's Dead Disco or something. It looks phenomenal. Like a awesome like Sifu meets Arkham City. Oh, I really stoked for that game. So I gotta go check out that demo. But yeah, go check out Demo Disc. Um yes, so this is this is just one of the small reasons the three of us get along so well. I'm with you guys, and I think Geoff put it beautifully when he was like, well, it really just kind of depends on the game and how it's doing it. I think Lies of P is a perfect example of what you're saying because there are three endings. Yes, there are three endings,
Hmm.
and two of them are great. Like if I would have finished the game and I didn't know about the secret ending, I think I would have been fine. I think I would have just wouldn't have even asked questions. What I didn't know didn't hurt me. But I did play the secret ending, and then that's where you start dealing with these conflicting feelings because it's like, oh my gosh, my life is so much better having experienced
What
that.
else did I miss?
Yeah,
Like what
yes,
did
yeah. But I wasn't left with that feeling, but I still dealt with that question of like, oh man, like what else did I miss? So it was that thing of like, I'm happy with it. I'm ready to move on. As opposed to a game like I'm trying to think of a game off the top of my head. Maybe I don't know. I think Elden Ring would probably be a good example of a game where it's like, oh shoot, like I miss this crazy cool boss, and I miss portions of the game because
Soulsborns
I
are the
didn't.
worst for that.
Yeah, they're the worst
Yeah.
for that one. So it's like, yeah, that's kind of. I feel like if you're not much of an exploration driven gamer, I feel like, and I don't think any of us three here are really much of an exploration person. So
Mm-mm.
that's where it kind of really starts to hurt you. But you know, I
Sorry,
think.
I'm gonna have to be back. I'll be
Oh
back in a sec.
yeah, go
Mhm.
for it, man. Um,
That's what guides are for. I use guides for like finding that stuff out in those games because some of the stuff you have to do is so like off the wall and not intuitive at all and just so obtuse. Like, how do people figure out that use a certain item at this exact spot? Well, it's like the moon has like a 45-degree angle to this, and just like that's part of the allure of those games, though. It's the community finds all this shit out and they share it with everybody.
yep.
And usually I'll play through a game once and not care. Like, yeah, I'm fine. I might be. Well, for Liza P, I actually got like the bad ending because I looked because I didn't like the choices at the end. I'm like, what am I supposed to pick? And I skimmed the choices without actually reading them
Mhm.
in like a guide. And I was like, okay, I think this is the one I'm going to go for. And I totally did not pick the ending that I would have went for if I
Yeah.
was actually just like reading properly. And I was kind of bummed. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, I need to play through the entire game now and get the ending I want.
Yeah.
Just because even though I don't even know if there's like another achievement for it, I just was like, I don't like that ending at all. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's three of them, and it does suck because honestly, there was a handful of achievements that I missed out on because it's like, oh, I said the wrong thing to this one person in this one
mhm.
dialogue option. And like, oh, geez, that kind of stuff really sucks. Um, but yeah, dude, what ending did you end up getting without spoilers? Are you able to tell me?
It was, I would say the bad ending would be what it would be. Like, not
Uh,
bad as in like that ending sucked. My Pinocchio was a piece of shit at the end of mine.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's not what I would have picked at all. I read the title of the endings and I misread it, what it was saying. So I was just like, I quick, because I didn't want it to spoil the ending for me. I just wanted to know. And what I thought was picking like the good ending because I was kind of in a rush and I'm like, didn't want to pick wrong on the game. And then I ended up picking wrong anyway. So it serves me right. Karma
Oh
got me.
man.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't experienced it yet, I highly recommend Overture. Like, it's a great
Yeah, I mean,
excuse
I'm
to
on my
go
way.
through
I'm
and
working
do
my
it.
way towards it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm on.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
phenomenal DLC. All right, let's go ahead and move on to okay, yeah, Lady V is our next one. So Lady V was smart. She betted on Splitgate 2. I mean, it didn't pay off for her, but hey, I did my best to help you out, V. Splitgate 2 is a 9 out of 10, baby. But
Parent, have
Splitgate
you
2.
have you have you seen the
Oh,
latest news though? Like no one's
no.
playing it.
Oh.
wait, did you say she lucked out by getting Splitgate 2?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
there's
was
sarcasm.
I
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
being sarcastic, but
Oh,
I
I was like, wait a
personally
second.
I was like, when I saw she drafted it, I was jealous. I was like, oh man, I actually would have loved to bet on this, but yeah, it didn't really pay off. I don't know why everybody's hating it so much. Everybody's hating on me just for liking it, but sucks to see it bring her in 0 points at 70%. I definitely have some strong feelings about that being scored so low, but yeah, it sucks that nobody's playing it.
Same with
So,
Lost Records, to be honest.
mhm,
Like that didn't do well either.
no.
No.
I haven't played it, but I assume that it's not a bad game.
I I think
I
a
haven't played
lot
it.
of it was just that, from my understanding, I'm just regurgitating shit I've heard. Uh, that the first episode didn't do enough to keep people locked in. So I would
Oh, so
say if
then episode 2, yeah,
yeah, yeah, I would say that's
yeah.
probably where its biggest downfall was. So it's like these people who were like, "Oh yeah, I guess I'll come back and give it a shot," probably were still disappointed with how it turned out. So yeah,
Mm,
but
Dude,
that's
you've
unfortunate.
got it.
yeah, absolutely.
You've got it.
So then she also got Knights in Tight Spaces, which brought in 6 points, scoring at 76%. She got 2 Point Museum, got her 15 points at 85%. People really love that game. She also drafted Cairn, Yes Your Grace, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake. Again, remakes are allowed, remasters are not allowed. So,
Mhm.
you know, uh, I think that could definitely end up bringing her a good bit of points in.
Yeah,
Mm.
people
So
like those.
the one that sticks out to me is, Geoff. What do you think about this Elden Ring Night Rain scoring at 81%? Feel like it's too low? Feel like it's just right?
I haven't played it. I can't really say. It's the multiplayer. Maybe it's a multiplayer thing because that's why I didn't pick it up. I don't have a group of people that I can consistently play online games with, like at any given time. So I kind of stay away from buying multiplayer games. Um,
Mm.
and even though I fucking love Elden Ring, it's probably my one of my favorite games of like this entire generation and of all time. Just throwing multiplayer on it and having me to rely on either randoms or flaky friends. It's not a
Yeah,
good mix.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How
I have a couple friends that are playing it at different times. We're not all playing together, obviously, but and they're absolutely loving it. One of my friends is like
mm,
his favorite game he's played in years, but
Mhm.
so I can't really comment on the score. I'm not surprised by it, probably because that exact reason. I think the multiplayer part, just some people could do without it, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I've heard from people, I know V and Adam have both been really getting into it. I haven't heard too many people talk about it. From what I have heard, the setup of loadouts really improve the experience. Like some people, just what I heard from the grapevine, so take it with a grain of salt, are saying they
Mhm.
like it better than Elden Ring just because of the simplicity of the loadouts and just hopping in there and being like,
Mm.
okay, this is what I got, and then they're good to go. Which kind of has made me.
I
That
don't know
was the
how
thing that
someone would
got me
say.
curious.
I don't understand how people would say it's better than Elden Ring. That's like saying it's a like Elden Ring's a single player game with multiplayer elements. Like this is not even like Elden Ring at all. It is a
Mm,
3 player or four, is it 4 player or 3 player?
Three,
3 player
three, just
co-op
weird.
PvE game
Mm, Totally
that's
different format.
totally not like Elden Ring at all in terms of
Totally
like the
different format.
base what you're doing. Like the combat's
Yeah.
kind of similar. It's kind of like saying like Call of Duty multiplayer is I like that better than I don't know, Fallout. It's
That is a very fair point.
I
Yeah,
don't get it.
yeah, I don't know either, because the thing about it is, at the end of the day, it's like, well, Elden Ring gives you mass options to literally build it however you want to and
Mhm.
combine. So, because initially, until I heard that my initial thought was I would rather play it through Elden Ring again and just go for a build I want to rather than being restricted to a loadout. But hey, I think it's
Yeah,
probably just more of a preference
I
thing.
can get people saying I have more fun playing Night Rain
Yeah.
more. I get that,
Yeah.
but to say yeah,
To
Mm.
or
say it's
vice
better, it's
versa.
just two different breeds.
It's just it's like it's not. It's comparing two totally different games.
So yeah, I think I'm not surprised to see that it only brought in 11 points though. I feel like everybody probably figured Elden Ring would score higher just because it's an Elden Ring game, but I saw From Software isn't exactly known for their multiplayer games.
No, and their next game is multiplayer as well, so I'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. Yep. Just in case Marcus does end up being able to come in, I'll wait and come back to Marcus. So I am next up on the list. Dragon D's Games Studio. Death Stranding 2 on the beach brought in 89%, 19 points. Honestly, I really thought it would hit the 90s. We're almost
I did
there.
too.
We're almost there.
Same.
I did. Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3 remake still has yet to come out. Killing Floor 3. Most of my games have yet to come out. Do you realize that we are only like 10 days away from Killing Floor 3?
Yes, and I think it's going to do terribly. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to have so much fun playing it. But the beta period, unless they've changed some massive things, I don't think it's going to do well. It's going to be fun, but it's not going to do well.
I am worried about it, honestly. The freaking the updates and the things that they're adding differently. I don't know if you saw it, but I did do an article like updating on all the things they're updating, and a lot of it was like animations. I'm like, bro, nobody was talking about. Well, I mean, I guess some people were complaining about the animations, but I don't think that was at the core of what they wanted you to go back and work at. So I am definitely pretty worried about it. It sucks that Donkey Kong Bonanza though didn't have its score up for when I was making this, so we still gotta wait a little bit longer to see what it's going through. I got high hopes since Odyssey team's on it.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song confirmed for 2025, still no date, and Cosmic Invasion.
Is it confirmed though?
Nice.
Oh yeah, I don't know. At least I hope
No, it probably
so.
is. It's hopeful, I think. Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy to me that it showed up at 2 showcases and still is staying silent on it all. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I
don't even care. I don't like Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either, but this game's gonna do really well if it comes out. It's probably gonna be like an easy 90.
I am excited for Cosmic Invasion though. I can see that.
I don't know what that is. I've got no idea.
I can't wait for that game. Did you play
what that
Shredder's
is.
Revenge? Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. Yep.
It's the same developers and it's that exact same style, but with Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venom
I'm in.
Yep.
I think. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we should do a game night of that and stream it. Like,
yeah, we
I think the second we call something a game night, it's destined to not happen. We should just wait for it to come out and just one day be like, "Hey, who wants to play this on this day?" Because that's how we did like
Let's Play List,
Space Marine and everything. Like we played it every weekend for a while, and we didn't schedule it like, "Hey, game morning or game night." We were just like, "Hey, you guys available this Saturday?" Yeah, we are. All right, cool. Let's play.
Yep, you're absolutely
So let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
We won't talk about it, and we'll just do it.
I have no plans for Cosmic Invasion. Fuck that game.
Honestly, Nathan, I think all things considered, if no games get shifted around, I think you're taking this. I think it's not even close.
Thank you. I'm excited. Yeah. I really hope so. I with Outer Worlds 2, I didn't know what I was betting on, and Cosmic Invasion, I was, kind of twiddling around with it and didn't know if I was going to or not. But then as soon as me and you were talking about it in the Interactive Distractions Discord, which you should join, once I realized who was making it, I was like, okay, I'm all in. Let's go.
I think you're going to get 0 points with Killing Floor.
Oh yeah, he's going to get 0 for that. Yeah.
So,
but that's his only blemish, though.
Yeah.
But he's going to get 90. Like he's probably going to get 90 for Hollow Knight. He's probably going to get 90 for Donkey Kong, or like 88 to 90. Marvel Capcom Invasion, I'm thinking 80 88 probably, 85 to 88. I don't know, man. Like
Man,
Metal Gear's
yeah.
Metal Gear's a toss up because if you're
Yeah.
gonna grade it on the actual game, it's a 90. But if they're gonna take away shit that they've changed and be like it's not doesn't hold up, I think, or it's broken, you're looking at like 85 to 90 on that too. I think.
Ooh, that's
Yep.
a good point.
Yep.
Shoot.
Yep.
Well, if I end up taking this home, I hope the audience realizes none of y'all betted on me. So we'll have to figure out how we're gonna do that.
But Killing Floor, Killing
Yeah.
Floor is gonna fuck you. If anything's gonna
Yeah.
fuck you, it's that one.
Well,
Yeah.
that was the thing is I bet on a lot of games that it's like I've never played Death Stranding, so I was like I don't really much care, but I know it's gonna do well. Metal Gear, I
Mhm.
never played, know it's gonna do well. Silk Song, never, don't care. Blah blah blah. You get the picture. So I was like, I gotta go with my heart on at least one.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Let me tell you, folks. Follow Jesus Christ. Don't follow your heart. All right. Jesus Christ will get you Death Stranding too. Your heart will get you Killing Floor 3. Don't follow me. All right. We're going to move on to the next one, which is the boy, Fraser.
You boy.
So, Fraser, you want to take it away, talk about these games? I cannot believe you also stole one of the Game of the Year contenders, Split Fiction.
Yeah. I would have actually thought it would have been a little bit higher than 90, to be honest.
Right?
92, 91, 92 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Same with my picture's really blurry here, so I can't even fucking read the scores.
Okay, here. We've
It's
got.
91 for Split Fiction.
Is it really? So it's already.
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, so you 91. So
You
you're
got
actually at
21
20
points from Split Fiction. That's good.
Yeah,
Well, isn't
cool.
it 22? Because it starts getting to 2 points after 90.
Well, I'm just going by what it says on the app. It
Oh,
says
okay.
21.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really happy with the way mine's going. I think Silent Hill and Mafia are both going to get pretty decent scores. Mina the Digger or whatever it's fucking, I can't read that.
What the fuck did you
It's
just
I don't
Mina
know.
the Hollower.
Mina the Hollower. My brain, like, because I'm sick, my brain is just mush at the moment. But what it's the guys that made oh my god, why is my brain not working?
I don't know.
I asked
I have
myself
no.
the
I've never
same
heard of this
thing
game, so I'm not
every
too
day.
sure.
Fraser was just saying that it was the guys who did Shovel Knight.
Yeah. So the guys that are making, oh, my picture's gone.
Uh-oh.
Mina the Digger or whatever
Mhm.
that game's called. It's being developed by Yacht Club Games, who also made Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight did really well. So and it looks cute. It's like a 2D bloody side scrolling, blah blah blah.
Does look cool.
Yeah. I'm hopeful for the last 4 that I've got going. A little bit bummed that Yakuza didn't do as well as I thought it was going to do. But then in saying that, I don't know how well the previous ones have gone. It's just that there was a lot of hype around this while we were doing the bidding, and I thought that it might have gone across. As you can see, my counter pick is Killing Floor 3.
Yeah.
That might get you some
It
points.
was
It might get you some points.
it was going to be.
Well, it won't get him any points. It'll just keep you from getting 0 or from dropping it.
But see, yeah, well, that was the thing.
no,
I should.
it could
It was a
drop under
waste.
7.
It was a waste of a counter
Because it's
pick
gonna be shit. Yeah.
because it's gonna be shit.
Well,
But-
no, because it wasn't really a waste. Because then he could have dropped it and picked up a game
Yeah.
that scores higher. So you locked
Yeah,
him into
true.
that. So he has to sit in that shit and simmer and marinate in it until
Right.
next season. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Enjoy it. You,
He
That's
needs
what
to
I
get
get
there.
for
He needs to
following
get
my
used to he needs to waft that stink.
yeah. That's right. That's right. So yeah, I got a couple of big hits on the board there, which I'm happy with. Ninja Gaiden 4. Who knows?
That's
Who knows how that's
the
gonna
X
go?
factor on mine for you, man. I think it's
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4 and Silent Hill F. I think are the question marks.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we don't.
Yeah.
Now
but
the
yeah,
Silent Hill F
happy
team hasn't
days.
really worked on other ones, right? Or what
The
have
who?
they done before this? Like the people who developed Silent Hill F. Like this is their first
No
one,
idea.
right? Yeah,
And it's Konami, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, how much are they gonna like? How much is it
Yeah.
funded?
Mhm.
What's the budget? Are they gonna? Who knows?
I'm
Like
really
two,
curious about
yeah, two had a blueprint to do the remake, and
Yeah.
I don't think
This
Bloober's
is
doing
yeah.
this new one. So
Well, that's it, and it's a new setting,
that. Mhm.
yeah,
new like not new law, but like a new environment.
Mhm.
They have to deal with like Japanese law now.
Mhm.
Like it's a
hmm
whole but like guys, we know how good Japanese horror is. Japanese
Right?
horror is and the fact that they were humming and hawing about it like having an Australia release, mate, I'm
hmm
in.
Dude.
no, no, oh, I see.
Like
Where
It's
yeah.
like if they think it's too brutal to be released in Australia, mate, we got fucking spiders that are as big as dinner plates. Like like I'll show you scary.
yeah.
I've seen
Uh,
videos.
Yeah.
It looks
but yeah, no, I'm happy with the way everything's going for me.
Yeah, you look pretty set too. I think you probably have I think you probably grabbed second at the worst. I think
I think
worst
Silent
case scenario.
I think Silent Hill F is a good case scenario of following your heart. I
Yep.
admire it.
hmm
Yep.
How do you feel now? Mafia: The Old Country also looks phenomenal, but the
I
first
think Mafia looks great graphically, but
It does.
will it
those
perform?
games
Is it
don't
going to
traditionally
be
score that well.
yeah,
That's
the
the thing.
the
That's the
linear the
thing.
linear path, are they
Yeah.
is that gonna kick them in the nuts? Who
Mm,
knows?
yeah, I don't know. Saw some gameplay of it the other day. It looks like you'll be hopping in a car and you'll have to travel from one point to the other. So
hmm
it kind of still like when I was looking at the video, I'm like, this kind of still feels a little open world ish.
It's
Um,
kind of like the other Mafia games. It's like not
Mm,
there's not a lot to do in the open world, but you're still driving around one.
okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Got to pay
Yeah.
the speed limit and all that other good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
the first Berserker of Kazan, are you happy with the score that it got? Do you feel like that's a fair score, or did you think it would go higher, or are you kind of unhappy with how low it scored?
Um, I thought it would have done better because it was part of the dungeon fighter universe or something. Like
Mm.
it's not like a thing. It's like it's part of a bigger thing. Um, I thought it was great. I had loads of fun with it. I didn't dive fully into the reviews to kind of see why it didn't do so well. Personally, I would have given it like an 8.5.
Okay, so
Um,
that's not too far off then.
but it's not too far off, no.
Good, good.
No. I really enjoyed it. It did everything that it kind of promised it was going to do.
Mhm,
Like it's not going to blow in. It is a Souls like.
mhm.
It does have some fun little gimmicks and stuff to it, but yeah,
Okay.
it's all right.
All right.
Win
Yeah,
some,
it
you
seems.
lose some, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of
Right.
seems to me like you kind of need to get, if you want to have a game of the year, you kind of need to get Ben Star at this point. So it
Mm,
seems like any game
yep.
Ben Star's in is popping off. All right, so that now that Marcus is here, we will go visit
Hello.
Ayo.
Marcus's page. We waited for you to do.
Ayo.
How are you,
Appreciate
Marcus?
you guys. I'm good. A little tired, but I'm
I
good.
figured.
We're here.
Mate, it looks like you've like literally run home. Nothing's turned on. None of your lights are on. Like like that's dedication, man. That's dedication. So
I
good to
came
have you
home.
here.
I got a bowl sitting in front of them. I haven't even eaten yet. I was like,
Hell
let me
yeah.
jump in. The guys asked they were waiting for me, so let me just make sure I jump in. So
I'm glad you made
Oh,
it, man.
yeah.
Well,
Um,
perfect timing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect timing because we were just
yeah.
about to wrap this talk up. So, Marcus,
Okay.
you've got Monster Hunter: The Wilds scoring at 89%, bringing you 19 points. Civilization 7 brought you in 9 points, scoring at 79%. And it sucks that the Marvel 1943 game got delayed, but you still got some games coming in that are looking pretty hot. You got Pokemon Z through A, Ghost of Tsushima, not Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotai, which we are getting a showcase for.
Oh, yeah.
Dispatch, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, and Mixtape. How you feeling, Marcus?
I'm feeling all right. I really wanna. I'm my only rocky one really is just dispatch. I just want to like I said, I play the demo. The demo is so much fun. It's well written. Like if the game is anything like the demo, I'm gonna be fine. But I just want to make sure it gets released this year.
This
That's my
year.
only worry.
Yeah,
Other than
scared.
that,
Yep.
yeah, that's my only worry is if it's gonna get released this year.
Yeah.
My only worry
I
And
was when I
Tony
was looking
Hawk's
at.
reviews started to come in, right? That's sitting at an
Yeah.
85 right now.
Oh, is it
Yes.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that
Yeah.
could
So
potentially bring you in another 15 points then.
yes. Hopefully it holds steady right there. Unless it wants to go up. But if it holds steady at
Yeah,
85,
nah, send it
yeah.
up. Send it up. Tony Hawk, mate. We gotta
Dude,
give it those. Yeah.
Marcus already got screwed with Sid Meier's. Like that started in like the low 80s at first,
Yeah.
and then it
Yeah.
slowly dropped,
It went down.
and stopped at
Mm.
79.
Well, it's
Yeah.
crazy,
That's-
because when I first wrote up, when I was updating this, I was like, wait, it went down. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, because I
Mhm.
think it was
Yeah.
at like 83, 84. Yeah. So I agree with you on the dispatch. I think it was a good bet to place because, it is Telltale, but also the last game they did was Tales of the Borderlands, like the new Tales of the Borderlands. I'm like, oh crap. That part sucks. But yeah, no, I got high hopes for that one too. How you feeling about Pokemon Z through A?
Think that's gonna be because Pokemon games usually review
Yeah.
pretty well. Like people, a lot of times they get given to people who love Pokemon, and their formula is still somewhat the same. However, they added new elements in this one that people have kind of been maybe not clamoring for, but wanting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Pokemon Z through A, different story. They're bringing Megas back.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. I think that's gonna do well. I think that's gonna do really well. I'm looking for at the low end, maybe like an 85. On the high end, I'm looking like a 89, 90.
Fingers crossed it's 90 for you, bud. Definitely.
Yeah, I really hope.
Appreciate it, folks.
Especially with that 1943 being delayed. Gutted.
Yeah.
I tell you,
Oh, I was not
what I
gutted when
want
that
to
got
see.
delayed. I was like, fucking thank God someone else picked a game that that is getting delayed. I was like, yes, I have hope.
I'm really liking the look of mixtape. I just need to see more. Every time they show it, it's like the same trailer.
It's the same trailer, yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
same little bit of gameplay, or the same. Like I feel like we haven't seen anything new for ages and ages. But the music looks great. I'm here for the music. Like
Yes.
I just want, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a streamer's nightmare, but
Oh,
like,
100%, yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
It's crazy too because you have two games in Dispatch and Mixtape, and Lady V had it with Bloom and Rage or whatever. Like those games heavily rely on how good the story is and the characters. It
That's
doesn't
the game.
have like that gameplay part to fall back where a game could have shitty story and characters, but the gameplay is awesome. It still gets a high score. So that's but those ones both look awesome. I think Mixtape looks really good. I hope it's as good as I love their last game. The Artful Escape was so good.
Yes, I remember playing through it on I think when it dropped on Game Pass, and I ended up just checking it because it was just one of the ones just kind of sitting there. I was like, let's check this out, and I got a chance to play through it. And it was really good.
Same.
Really good music.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So as far to wrap up Marcus's talk here, I want to talk about Ghost of GOTY. So with our Game of the Year conversation and what we're feeling about Game of the Year so far, do you feel like Ghost of GOTY is going to be in the conversation of Game of the Year?
So it
I
really
think so.
depends.
Yeah.
For me, it really depends on the story. Like I think it will be because you look at Ghost of Tsushima was so good the year it dropped, and with them taking the time, it's not a continuation, but the new story they're telling and the other elements and everything they're adding in. The gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima was so good, like the fighting, all the other aspects they added to it, and all the other stuff. I think it could possibly be, but it could possibly be that, but it definitely has to have a good story. And I say that when we got games like Death Stranding 2, Expedition 33, stuff like that, Split Fiction. A lot of those games, even with gameplay, all those games have good stories. So that story is going to be a good part of it in order for it to get talks to being in the game of the year. So I hope it does.
I
But
think it's
you know,
going to
we just have to
score
wait.
high enough to be considered. I think because the first one didn't score that great. I think it was in the high 70s, right? The first one,
I thought
or
it
like was
low
it like
80s.
82
I'll
or
double
low
check.
80s?
Low 80s. I think low 80s is what I think it would have ended up
Yeah,
being. Maybe.
and I think like I really do like I don't believe that reviewers like will skew a review negative to be negative per se, like on average. But I do think a game's legacy does affect the next game's score, and I think because everyone loves Ghost of Tsushima so much, even though it was scoring like in the low 80s, I think that automatically almost starts the scoring at its lowest. And I think it'll be, if it's better than Tsushima, it automatically gets like 85 plus. And I think that's like I said earlier about Death Stranding 2. Like if Death Stranding 2 came out today without a Death Stranding 1, I think it would score slightly better than 1 just because it gets into it faster, but it's still Death Stranding. Like the gameplay is not drastically different, but it scored much better than the first Death Stranding. And I think this has an opportunity to do that too. I think Ghost of Yote is probably going to hit around 88. I think roughly around there to 90 something, like 91.
Yeah.
We can hope for it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I think you got a winner than that one.
the 84% is what it scored on Open Critic.
An
the
Open
first one
Critic,
did.
yeah.
Well,
Gotcha.
that's what it's sitting
So I'd
at
say
now.
I'd say that's the floor for this one, and then it'll probably do better.
And didn't it lost to Last of Us Part 2 that year, didn't it, as far as game of the year?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wanting to say so too. So with that being said, Fraser, what's your game of
Yeah.
the year so far?
Oh, dude, don't even start. There's so many. Like, what? Where do I start? No. So far, I'm gonna have to say that it's gonna be Death Stranding 2. I am about 15 hours in, and everything that needed improvement from the first game has been improved, and everything that was fantastic about the first game has also improved. So it's kind of just been like this. The story is wild. The characters are cool. The the moment that I had to save a baby kangaroo from a wildfire,
Yeah.
mate, that's game of the year. Straight up. Like that's there like Australia has wildfires every single year. Kind of like, there's in America you've got like those places that have like tornadoes and like every year. And Australia has wildfires every year. It's just how it is. A few years ago, half of Australia was on fire at one point.
That's right.
You could see the fire from New Zealand, which is a whole nother country. Like the ash from the fires was dropping in New Zealand, which is a good kind of 5-hour plane ride away. Like it just, and so he's done it really tastefully as well. It's not like it just I'm it sounds like I'm fluffing on Kojima, but he's done a fantastic job. He really has. And I never ever thought I would say this, but like Expedition 33, man, I was one of those people. It was like, oh, this game's not going to be that great. It came out, and then I got FOMO from it, and I played it, and I did not put it down. In fact, I started Death Stranding, and then I was like, fuck, I got to finish Expedition 33. So I put down Death Stranding to finish that. And now I've finished that. I'm now back on board with Death Stranding. But dude, Expedition 33, what a story. What a game. Story was incredible. Characters were incredible. Gameplay was incredible. It was like they just did a beautiful job. There's just so many amazing games. I could talk for hours about all the amazing games I've played this year.
It's insane.
And like, but yeah, I think for me though, those two are the big standouts. I've got like fun little nerdy ones that I personally loved. They will never ever be in the conversation of game of the year, but they were just like Kyborg. Can't get enough of Kyborg. and they are constantly adding things to it. There were things that I was thinking like, man, I wish they did this, and then a few weeks later, boom, they've done that. There's like a unlimited mode now where you can just go and you can just play it till you die, which is so cool.
It's in the Steam
But
sale
yeah,
too. Side note. Now,
get it,
uh,
boy.
so Geoff, are you feeling the same way as Fraser when it comes to the game of the year topic?
Not really, kind of. I mean, my game of the year this year, it's by light years, it's Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Everything else is fighting for second place for me. Uh, I played Death Stranding earlier this year, the first one, and I love 2. 2 could be in the running for my second game of the year. But it did what I expected 2 to do. It took the first one and made it better. And Clair Obscure reinvented RPGs. Like it's for me,
Yep.
it's a game of a generation contender, not just game of the year contender. It is what every RPG, JRPG developer, and even some Western are going to look at, and they're going to try to do what they did. I think those type of games come around like once in a generation. Lucky
Yeah.
if it's like two or three. So I for everything that Phrase said that he liked Clair Expedition is exactly why I played that game twice back to back. So I didn't 100% it just because I usually don't 100% games. I love the story that much and the gameplay. I'm like, I'm doing this twice in a row. But Death Stranding, same thing. it's going to be up there. It's might be number 2, number 3. But probably one of my personal games of the year that again doesn't have a shot, kind of like Phrase's Kyborg, is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I love that game. That's definitely going to be probably my top 3 or 4 games of the year come the end of the year, just because I love that game to begin with, and they did an amazing job remaking it in all the areas that mattered. So, and then Split Fiction
So
gets a lot of love already, so I don't want to have to talk too much about that.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, just adding on what Geoff said about the Expedition 33. Like I have not played JRPG or RPG of that style for I can't even remember the last one I played, and that's why I was humming and hawing about this one. Played it, and now I'm thinking, man, what else have I missed out on by not playing these games? Obviously nothing.
Yeah.
But whatever comes in the future, I hope that a lot of people start doing this. It felt more interactive. I'm not just sitting there like, oh, attack, attack with fire.
Yep.
Oh no, I got it. And like it's that like the turn-based thing is great rather than like, oh, I hit you, you hit me, I hit you, you hit me. You actually have a chance to do something about it. It would have been cool. Yeah. It would have been cool maybe if the enemies had a chance to dodge or parry. That could be like the next kind of evolution and something like that. Where it is more not a like I hit you and then you can try and hit me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was so good. It made every single battle like engaging. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I feel like I'm a little bit more on the negative side when it comes to that part of things, just because my experience so far, and I've only just finished Act 1. My experience so far has been like I'm already getting into that flow of when I get into a fight, I know how I'm going to tackle this. I know what my winning combo is, so then it's just like bam, 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 rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. So I'm just now starting to get to that point where I'm starting to feel that Pokemon exhaustion of I use surf and you're dead. I'm like starting to feel that way right now, but that could very much change. And
It'll
also,
change.
I'm thinking about taking the
Them random-
difficulty
some
back up
enemies.
to normal. I've been definitely messing around with difficulty settings, going back from easy to normal, because I'm very much just like I'm here for the story. I like the combat, but I'm here for the story. So once I like start getting to this point where I'm like, oh man, it's starting to feel sluggish because these battles are taking so long, then I just drop it down to easy. So yeah, I've kind of been messing around with that, but I've definitely been really, really loving my time with it. I think my struggle with it so far has been the fact that everybody's talked it up so much that it's like, I'm having a hard time dealing with my expectations from it and stuff. And it's like when the
Mhm.
end of Act 1 came, I was like, oh wait, that was it. That was the thing people were talking about. And then I'm like, okay, now I need to process what just happened because this was the thing that blew everybody away. And like I was
That's the
kind of
first thing.
yeah, exactly. It's the first thing.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm kind of processing and but I will say, like, I find myself, it's a good game when you find yourself at work daydreaming about that game and you're thinking and
Mhm.
like trying to connect dots and be like, oh wait, when they were on the beach, blah 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 blah, and like putting two and two together on certain things. But I will say I wasn't super surprised at who the old guy was, like where he came from. But that's a whole
Mhm.
spoiler cast.
Oh,
Anyways,
Fraser actually beat Act 2 just before we played Firebreak a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
And I love that having that conversation with someone right after something big happens. And I remember Fraser and I thought, Fraser, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah. Blew me away. Blew me away. Storytelling, boy.
Uh, Dude,
What a story.
I don't. The wounds are still fresh, boys. I don't want to talk about it.
I
I'm
mean,
still in distress. Okay.
I mean, fucking good riddance to a bad smell, I say.
Screw you, man.
When it happens, and it's like I'm sitting there because I had no clue no clue this was gonna happen, and I'm sitting there just playing. I'm like watching the cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
And it
Yeah.
all happened so quickly. It's not like a.
He's gonna heal from that. We're gonna go. This. No. Are you sick? Wait. Like I'm losing my mind because I'm like,
Yeah.
Can't
and
believe they did.
you know, and what pissed me off so bad was we're not doing a spoiler, but the person that steps in to save the other person is like, where were you literally like 1 minute
seconds
ago? Where have you been?
Yeah.
Have you beat the game,
that was
Marcus?
Step in.
Yep.
Marcus, have you finished it?
Yes, I've
Okay.
rolled credits.
So
I rolled
Okay,
credits.
how
Because they do touch on that. They do tell you exactly what happened there.
okay.
But yeah.
So
Doesn't help though.
doesn't
No, it
help
doesn't.
me right now. I'm
I
still
like
wondering
that they
where he's
address
at.
it though. Like a lot of games wouldn't even address that,
Mhm.
and they do.
Yeah.
And like these are there's two moments in this game. And this is where I say it's like generational that will be remembered forever. Like they're iconic moments that you just know. You know, like Dom dying and like Gears getting Gears like 3, that type of stuff. It's like or Aerith dying in Final Fantasy 7.
What?
Yeah. What?
I actually didn't know that. But
Or like Santa Claus not being real.
Yeah, right.
I wanted the what for that one.
No,
I was giving you the look of internal death, but but for audio listeners, now you know. So
Yeah.
Marcus, I don't know if you're playing Death Stranding 2 right now, but like, where are you landing at with this conversation? Because that seems to be where everybody's at right now, of battling it out between Expedition 33 and Death Stranding 2.
So I have not played Death Stranding 2 yet. I'm actually didn't play the first one.
Where's the kick button?
A guy I follow on YouTube, I've seen some of the first part of some of the first one, but a guy I follow on YouTube, he's streaming the second one or whatever. And I just so happen it's like I'm at work, I'm not doing that. I watch a couple of gameplays, and I'm sitting here like, yo, I need to play this game. So I stopped. I was playing through Stellar Blade on my PlayStation. Stopped it, downloaded Death Stranding 1. I am playing through Death Stranding 1 off and on. I got a game. I just got a game yesterday. I got a review, so I'm doing that, but I'm also still playing through Death Stranding 1, and man, I am so far I'm in 1, but I'm enjoying what I'm playing. I'm loving the story so far. I stopped watching because I made it to the point where Fraser says a fire. I was watching him. I had watched that much gameplay of him playing up to that point, so I know about that. I know about all that up until that point. So I kind of just stopped watching it because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play through 1, and once I finish 1, I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 and play through 2. So
how far through 1 are you?
I'm actually I'm actually only like a couple hours in, maybe like an
Yeah.
hour and a half or so.
So you've watched the first cutscene.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I really I I'm enjoying it. Like I was a little the BTs and all this stuff. Like you get that's I wasn't expecting to be a little like it's still a little weird that you get you there. Like I'm a little tense. Like oh man, let me
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
sure because when you walk, it's like when you drop the body off. Like so, the first game spoilers, but drop. I'm not gonna say who it is. Drop a body off in an incinerator, and when you're leaving, it's a bunch of these things called BTs like everywhere. So it's like that whole walk from out of there back to the thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
tense. Like
Your
Yeah.
I'm
butt cheeks are clenched for sure
Yeah.
during
And
that.
you're like,
Yeah.
where's that ladder? Where's that
yeah.
fucking ladder that I put down? Where is it? Yeah.
So,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah. Fuck, it's so
I'm
good.
it's
enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it. But right now, my actual game of the year is Expedition 33. A close
Mhm.
second would be for me Monster Hunter Wilds, and it's just because of how much that's one game this year I was not expecting to spend as much time in as I did. I got over 100 hours in Monster Hunter Wilds
Damn.
because I've been playing literally when it dropped, and because I actually I did a review for it, finished the review, and was just still in there,
mhm.
still
Wow.
battling, doing all the stuff. Got
Yeah.
my hunter rank up. I enjoyed the heck out of Monster Hunter Wilds, man, and I put it down. I think in like at the beginning of May. I think I may have put it down in the beginning of May, and I just been playing everything else. Haven't been able to go back to it, but man, I enjoyed my time in Monster Hunter Wilds, man. So that's probably like my close second right now.
That's
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's gonna kind of be okay. So Jeff's already kind of talked a little bit. I'm thinking out loud here, folks. I
Hmm.
apologize, but yeah, Jeff's already talked a little bit about what's running in his second. You know, it is Death Stranding 2, and then you're talking about Monster Hunter kind of running in second place. Fraser, what's kind of in your running for second place right now behind it? Well, I guess it would be Expedition
It would
33,
be
wouldn't
Claire. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
it? Okay,
Yeah. But then like I also dude, Shadows. Shadows was fucking amazing.
thank you.
And I completely forgot about it. And I was just looking at my list here and I was like, how have I not talked about Shadows?
Yeah.
Like I put over 100 hours into Shadows. And you don't need to. You
Mhm.
definitely don't need to put that long into it. I went through, I've done everything. There's been a current update that added another achievement and another bunch of assassination targets. So I went back in and I did that. And I was like, that's right, this game's fucking cool.
Yeah, it is.
So
I like
like
Shadows.
Yeah.
yeah,
See,
it's definitely because it won't be in the running for game of the year, no way.
nah.
But the direction that they are taking Assassin's Creed, I'm so happy with it.
Yep.
I'm so happy with where they're going. So like I think number one is 100% Death Stranding 2.
Mhm.
Number two would be Claire, and then three would be Shadows.
Shadows.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm really glad
Four,
you said all
maybe
that.
Killing Floor 3.
Yeah. He just wanted to put a smile on my face. That's why he said it. But the
Yeah.
the see, I'm really glad you said all that because this kind of goes back to I believe it was 2023 when we had Starfield and we had Mortal Kombat and we had all those games, right? And I'm feeling the same way I did then, where it was like, well, Liza P is definitely, well, I didn't play Liza P until a year later, but it 100% easily would have been my game of the year had I played it on release. I can't remember where I landed on that year, but going back, I'm like, it probably would have been Diablo 4. I mean, in my heart, that's what it would be
Mm.
just because that's what I spent the most time in. I could not pull myself away from that game. When I think of 2023, I think of Diablo 4. So it's like, really, like when you're thinking about it that way, it's like, okay, yeah, then Diablo 4 is my game of the year. But if I'm thinking about it critically, then yeah, it's going to be some other game for sure. I just can't remember which one I was I picked. Probably wasn't that great, but so yeah, I'm feeling that way about Shadows now, where it's like this is the game I poured the most time into this year. I'm feeling so good about it, and I'm going to think about Shadows every time I think of this year. Um, but and I agree with you that it is the direction that they're taking the franchise in that I'm very happy with. And I know we talked about this already before on another podcast, but it is that thing of I really hope they actually stay within the storyline that they've done
Mhm.
here. The
Yeah.
um, uh, Yasuke and Naue, like let's stick with them. I want to know more about their story. Let's go back to the continuation of the same characters or the same bloodline even. Like hell, I'd be happy if the next game was their children. And we're talking about like and they're still there present, they're just not playable. I would love
Can you
that.
imagine the fucking hate that would happen
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
if they had a child?
Yeah.
My God.
Right? But
My God.
Uh, but aside from that, considering I haven't beaten Expedition 33, uh, probably Split Fiction is so far
Yeah.
critically my game of the year. Um, just such a good game. It does things
Mhm.
that no other game has done. Like period.
Mhm.
Um, absolutely innovative. I I honestly, I know everybody. It's that last mission that everybody gets. It's the pinball mission for me that did it for me. Um, that pinball mission was freaking cool. Like whenever I'm talking to somebody and they don't know what split fiction is, I bring up the pinball level. I'm like one person
Yeah.
has to I such a great game. But yeah, Expedition is definitely speedily getting up there for my game of the year. So we'll see. And
Cool.
it's funny that Marcus brought up. It's funny Marcus brought up the Stellar Blade specifically that he had to put down. See, what you should have done is you should have done what I did and go to the Interactive Distraction Discord and asked what you should do because that's what I did. I
Oh
was like,
God.
what should I do? Like these are my games, my backlog, and I'm the same way as you, Marcus. Like I haven't played Death Stranding 1, I haven't played Death Stranding 2. But everybody keeps talking about Stellar Blade, and I want to play Stellar Blade. How should I organize my backlog? And that was pretty much the end result was that they recommended, go ahead and finish Expedition 33, then go into Stellar Blade, then go into Death Stranding. Because for me, it is going to be a thing of I've got a long freaking journey. I'm definitely jealous of Steve that
Mm.
he already played through the first game at the beginning of this year when
Mhm.
it came to Xbox. I haven't done that, so I'm just going to wait until the slow season at work so I can actually put a shit ton of hours into it and
Mm.
experience them back to back. I don't know if that's a good idea. I might burn myself out on it, but
That's what Chris is doing. He might take a break after the first one.
mm-hmm,
Honestly, I think it depends on how much you like it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, because
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Well,
And
it's the
see,
I
I
kind.
had.
have. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
I was just gonna say, isn't it just the kind of game where it's like you sit down, you prepare yourself to be sitting in this chair for the next 5-10 hours, not like I hop down for an hour and I'm gonna play a little. Like you
Mm.
need to prepare yourself
Yeah.
to just go on a mental
Yeah.
journey.
For Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends what you want to do. Like I find myself jumping into it for half an hour here and there because you can just go. You want to repair a road or you want to go build like a bridge, just help out the community, so to speak. You can do
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah. But if you want to prepare for the story stuff, it's Kojima. So you don't know if you're going to see a 5-minute cutscene or a 2.5-hour cutscene. So
Mm. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, so
that's where you're
I
going to have
will
to be
say,
careful.
with the first Death Stranding, I played it on Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
yeah,
and I one of the achievements, I think it was chapter 6.
Mm-hmm.
One of the achievements didn't unlock, and so as
Oh
soon as I
no.
finished it, I went back and I played through the first 6 chapters, which is again like 20 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You
but
can't skip
like
them?
it's yeah, you
You
can.
can.
You
Oh,
can
you
skip.
can. Okay.
So, Death Stranding 2, everything is a cutscene. Like you're sitting in your little room, and you go, "Oh, I need to go to the bathroom," and you can
Oh
skip
yeah.
you can skip the walk to the bathroom. You can watch the bathroom scene, and then you can skip the walk back.
I love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
It's yeah.
It's
yeah.
fantastic.
And thankfully, I am on I'm on somewhat of a semi-vacation next week. My wife has a conference out of
Nice.
town, and she's making the whole family go because my son's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless her.
Hey, listen. Well, I have some time because me and the boys are gonna be in a hotel room for the first part of the day anyway because she has meetings and stuff, and we are at a hotel that doesn't have a freaking pool. So
Mm,
I am going to allow them to take their PlayStation. I'm probably going
mhm.
to take mine, and what I'll probably do is take a monitor or something because I have a monitor I can take with me, and just they can play on the TV. I'll play on my
Yeah.
monitor. Everybody gets happy, and then whenever she gets back
Nice.
to the room, we can go do stuff. But that way,
No,
everybody is happy,
amazing.
That's
and
Yeah.
everybody,
ideal, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I plan on kind of locking in and doing that next week with Death Stranding, and I'll probably be jumping between Death Stranding and I'll jump because Stellar Blade. I
Stellar
like
Blade's
what
great, man. I love Stellar
listen,
Blade.
it is so much fun, and I just getting the. I was starting to get used to like the combos and move, striking and stuff like that, and I was enjoying that. So I was like, I'm gonna still jump in and out of that because I know
Mhm.
because I don't want to be. I think Fraser mentioned this online the other day where he was you haven't played a game in so long and you jump back in and you don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, what are the buttons? What am I doing? What's what?
Yep.
Yeah. You want to
Yeah,
punch someone in the face, you throw a grenade at their feet. Like it's
it,
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
that
you're
type of
like, what
shit.
is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna be jumping in and out of that, just here and there, just to keep my brain refreshed on what to do and things like that. Because I was just getting my timing down and pairing
Mhm.
moves with the enemies. I'm like, oh, now I gotta. So yeah, in and out of that.
Okay.
Amazing.
Well, let's go ahead and round out the show here, folks. This has been a great podcast as usual. Thank you all so much for joining us. Fraser, plug yourself in.
Yes, my friend. Boop. You can find me at FBomb Gaming everywhere. FBomb with an E, so FBOMBE. Just having fun out there, playing games, saving lives, taking lives, all the things. Love it.
Hell yeah. And then Jeffrey, where can we find you?
All the socials, I'm Indis Geoff. That's INDISGEOFF. And most part of the Interactive Distractions podcast. We release a podcast weekly. You can check us out on all your favorite places to find podcasts and stuff like that. And on YouTube's at Interactive Distractions.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Love
good
it.
time. And what can
Yeah.
people get for signing up to your Patreon? Because y'all got a Patreon, right?
We do have a Patreon. The Patreon is basically just for anyone who just wants to kind of like we only have like a $1 tier and a $3 tier. It basically is to keep the lights on at this point. It pays for our monthly bills for our programs and stuff we use. But lately we've been actually doing giveaways, game giveaways. So we've actually been able to do that.
Gave away
Luckily
Death
enough, I
Stranding 2
amazing.
guess.
lately. Yeah.
Sorry, we gave away Death Stranding 2 this
Yep.
week. Gave that away to a lucky listener. So if you join our Discord, you're eligible for any type of giveaway we do. And then if you are happen to pledge to the Patreon, not only will we love you, you get double entries to game giveaways when you do that as well. So we usually announce a giveaway about a week or so before we do it, and then yeah,
Sweet. So
we've
go
given away
support
Clear
the horse.
Obscure and Death Stranding 2 so far. So
Yeah, yeah.
two
Yeah.
big games.
Been
Yeah.
a
That's
good
awesome.
time. The Discord's
Yeah.
popping
Yeah.
off. And then Marcus, where can we find you?
I'm the Husky Hokage on everything from TikTok, Twitch to YouTube and X, Twitter, Blue Sky. You can also find me here, Gamer Social Club, from time to time, and also podcast on Thursdays, Victory Road Gaming Podcast. You can check it out over on my Twitch channel. We do talk about games, we do interviews, things of that nature. But yeah.
All right. Awesome. And then
Sorry, Husky. Is there anywhere apart from Twitch that I can watch that? Like, or is it only on Twitch?
No, it's also on YouTube. It's
Yeah,
under I don't
cool.
have it on my channel, but
Yeah.
it's under the Blurred Syndicate. Under
oh,
their
okay.
live videos. You'll see
Okay.
we have the podcasts there as well.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah,
Perfect.
because
Perfect.
I don't use Twitch. I've got an account, but I don't even know how to open it.
Right.
Listen,
So if I can so if I can find it somewhere else, I will 100% be looking at it there.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep seeing it on the Instagram, and then I'm like keep forgetting to actually like add it on my YouTube. So and then as far as where you can find me, it's right here. It's at the Gamer Social Club, and I may be cooking up some things. So yeah, there's a little tease for you. All right, thank you all so
Ooh.
much for
Ooh.
joining us. We will see you next week. when we talk about something I haven't talked to Fraser about it yet.
We're going to be talking about something.
We're going to be
All
talking
right.
about something, and it may or may not be related to video games. So,
Oh no, it will be. It will 100% be
okay,
about video
okay,
games.
okay. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about video games this time. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you all so much. Have a great day.
Bye.